Rob, what's this whole experience like coming in to a new place each week, and it's obviously the first time here?
Sure. This is our 4th straight week going to a new venue.
Okay.
And new venues are awesome for us. It's like this box that we haven't opened yet, and we don't know what to expect, and there's always a little trepidation of like, we don't know this crowd, how are they going to be, how are they going to respond, and certainly with what happened to Illinois last Saturday, you know, there's a hint of concern, but I think if anything, we can work for Coach Bielema and we can work for his team. Homecoming Saturday, we've got a big crowd, a ton of energy, you got a ranked team inside Memorial Stadium behind you, so I think there's a lot of factors coming together, including us being in town, that will help Illinois when they really need it right now.
What kind of stands out about Bret Bielema's program, just following this program?
You know, I've been able to follow Coach Bielema for a decade plus, you know, starting at Wisconsin and then through his time at Arkansas and here as well. And dude's a proven winner, right? He gets it, he can relate. There's something about his demeanor and his look, you know, like whenever I see Coach Bielema, I don't know if he's going to have shoes on, if he's going to be barefoot, is he going to be in flip-flops, and part of me kind of really appreciates that, and I think the players do as well. Like, this is a genuine human being who gets football and really does care about it. So he strikes me as somebody that I would want to send my kids to play college football for.
USC Trojans, you know, it seems like they're bounced back this year. What's working for USC, and how big of a challenge are they?
So I think USC finally figured out that they're in the Big Ten, and they need some big bodies up front, and they need to be able to run the ball and kind of get away from those old West Coast days. So they've beefed up the offensive line. They went in, got the #1 JUCO running back in Waymon, and they're kind of getting back to student left, you know, student body right type atmosphere, and you need to do that to succeed in the Big Ten. They've got a quarterback that I think plays within Lincoln Riley's system as well, and they're starting to get that mojo back, and I expect bigger things from USC this season and then going forward.
What do you make of this matchup and maybe some keys for Illinois against USC?
Yeah, sure. So I think the biggest key for Illinois is moving on, man. Like, I tell this to my wife all the time when she's mad at me, like, move on, please, I screwed up, but just let's move on, right? So Illinois has to move on from what happened in Bloomington last Saturday. Bret Bielema, you know, took that upon himself. You know, he watched the film on the bus ride. He never does that. And he said, this one's on me. So he wasn't pounding on his players. He was flushing it out of the system and then moving on. They need to start better. Starts have been an issue for the season. They need to protect Luke Altmyer better. That has been an issue all season long, and they need to feed on this energy. You know, between Big Noon and Homecoming being here, I think this is a great setting for Illinois to have one of those great bounce back Saturday type outings.
What players jump out at you when you watch Illinois?
Well, I think you start with Luke Altmyer, right? I mean, that's the whole conversation, and there's a lot of programs in this country that would love to have that type of senior leadership at quarterback, not trying to break in somebody. And that's kind of becoming a trend right now, is keeping these quarterbacks around longer so you can build on it, and you can have some ability to maybe add some pieces around. So I think it all starts with Luke, and it all starts with protecting Luke. He needs to be upright. He needs to have some time. Still hasn't turned the ball over. He needs to continue that against a USC defense, and that is their weak spot. So I think this is a great opportunity Saturday for Illinois.
Brody's been here, never been here before. I think you have.
I have been here before.
Tell me the experiences.
Hasn't. I was here years and years ago. I think like the Juice Williams days.
Yeah.
And you could tell that Illinois had something, you know,
sure.
and we all know about the glory days of what used to be here at this program. And I think Coach Bielema and the athletic staff are getting closer and closer. I think they're making real substantial steps to be a player again, big picture-wise, in college football. Again, you know, lofty expectations coming into the season. They were in the top 10 last week. There are clearly people that believe in this program. Last week was a setback. There's no way to sugarcoat that one. But again, with a ranked team and with a national pedigree like USC coming in, if you can bounce the Trojans, all of a sudden people start forgetting about what happened in Bloomington, and they refocus on how good this Illinois program is.
This place looks a lot different than the last time you were here. I take it looks different.
I haven't been inside yet, so I know they've done some tweaks and whatnot,
sure.
But overall, like, this is a Chamber of Commerce type weekend, isn't it? I mean, this is gorgeous. And then with the crowd coming in tomorrow and the sold out setting and USC here and Homecoming, this is another one of those kind of shining example universities that maybe don't get enough TLC compared to the Ohio States and the Penn States and the Michigan. That's what I love when Big Noon can go on the road to new places. Like we were at Iowa State a couple weeks back, and we were at Utah last week, and the opportunity to see just how stinking gorgeous the Champaign area is, and these facilities as well. I think it's important that we give some of these underserved communities and underserved college football communities the love and respect that they deserve.
Rob, you just mentioned that this is 4 new locations for the first 4 weeks. What do you think makes Champaign different from all the locations you've been to?
I don't know. We're going to find out Saturday just how different this Champaign location is. You know, a lot of it for us depends on the crowd behind us.
Right.
We lean into that crowd, we lean into those colors, we lean into that energy. So if that fan base, if that block, the student block I group wants to yell and chant for a 20-minute segment, I will sit on my hands and I will let them go bonkers for 20 minutes. So I think we're curious to find out just how energized and motivated this Illinois fan base is around their football team, and they should be excited. No matter what happened last Saturday, people here should be excited about this program.
Well, sir, thank you.
Unrelated to the Illini, but I'm curious what it's been like for you to add in the Barstool guys and have that interesting mix to it.
Yeah, it's, what's cool about the Barstool guys is they have a little bit longer leash than we have. They can do and say things that I think our executives would say, hey, why did you go there and what did you say? And I love it. It just kind of frees some things up. They have great perspective, great energy. They relate to the college campus communities very well. They've been an awesome addition.
What do you make of the race in the Big Ten? It's some of the usual suspects still, but some upstart programs too. So.
I think people, and it's hard to say this, I think people are sleeping on the Big Ten. For so long it's been the Ohio States and the Michigans and the Penn States, and now Oregon is constantly in this conversation. I think Illinois is one of those teams that suddenly is showing the depth of this league as well. USC, they need to have a good year, which they're doing right now. So I think the Big Ten as a whole is on the upswing, and I think instead of maybe 2 or 3 programs, you're saying this is 5 or 6 programs deep, and all 6 of those programs could find themselves in Indy for the Big Ten championship game.
Rob, big picture from like a media standpoint with Bret, he's kind of a big personality. What's it mean to have him back as maybe a de facto spokesperson for the Big Ten?
Bret's awesome, right? Like we all would agree on that. If we took a straw poll in our green room, everybody would be like, "Oh, it's awesome to see Coach Bielema." We happened to see him last night, and he's an everyday type guy, right? Like he's the family guy, right? You just kind of want to be around him. He makes you smile. He puts you at ease. And you're right. I think he's a great spokesman for not only just Illinois, but the conference as a whole. And again, this is a conference that's on the upswing. Everybody talks about SEC and how strong they are top to bottom, but what the Big Ten is doing to kind of reload the back half of this conference is making them a stronger conference as a whole.